Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of your FMG Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the week. It was all tied up at halftime, 17 apiece. A little bit of time for Curtin to organise a couple game plans for the second half. And Ark's a big breather for them. I'm sure a lot of their forwards are happy about that, Dave.
Oh, they're going to struggle. I think I've got 2 injured on the bench at the moment. So, as a bigger side, not great conditions for rugby. Probably about 30-odd out on the pitch.
As we saw a brilliant kick-off, that one got sent sky high, went about 15 metres. It's been tapped back from Curtin, and now they've ended up with the ball. So Fulton with his first touch finds himself in at half. And they climb forwards, and there's a few backs available. Who's the 10 going to go to? He's going to chip over the top. It's going to bounce. There's a bit of a clash of bodies. Good hard footy out there. Stepping inside, 1, 2, 3, too easy. No one to beat.
Shocking.
It's a little bit of a foot race. There's someone coming. Chadwick's chasing. But just like that, the hole opens in front.
So the number 6, you've got the team list there. Number 6 for Curtin. He knows he's put his head in his hands straight away because he was made to look very silly.
Burns
on that
just
place.
cornered out.
Turned inside out.
Didn't need to just square up and make the tackle.
Exactly.
Don't have to chase yet. That's left. Leave that for someone else. It was a good little bit of effort by Chadwick to try get back. But nonetheless, Maliki to money, one of their best ball runners in the side, number 13 for Arcs, has scored a try. And just like that.
So here's the replay on the screen. No, that's not the replay. Sorry. Here it is.
Good clash of bodies first up. The hole just opens. Stepping
so just there, that's, I mean, that's terrible.
Pedestrian.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be negative.
Don't know why he's turning that way either.
It's just he's turned, He's
literally said, I'll just go this way.
He's literally turned outside, away from the, it's just bizarre. Oh, well.
Well. 22-17, kick to come. Chase was almost getting a charge down there off the kick, but he gets the extra 2. 24-17. Arcs are up in the second half.
Sorry? Yeah.
Curtin back to halfway. A similar kickoff would be great for them. This one a little bit shorter, just as high.
Backwards. Just press fade. Yeah, off back.
And touched
Line out.
off both players backwards into touch. It's going to be Ark's ball. Line out Ark's ball. Just juggled into touch. Full line set. Want to go up at 4. Snatched at 3 by Curtin. They bring it down and go forward. No defense in front of him. Good little bit of awareness that time. Curtin now trying to find someone to break through the line. They do so nicely with Fogali. Filling in at half.
That was a... could have come off badly there. Bit of pepper on that.
Fogali sets. Tyre Perry fills in at half again. Long cutout ball lost forward. Let's not see a pick straight through the line again through Arcs. Almost wanted it.
He was asking a lot from the man on the outside there.
Red ball.
Just even with those, a few of those phases, those passes coming off the breakdown, just slow it down, boys.
No need to rush as well. It looks as well like Chadwick has moved back into fullback, the number 9. It looks like Tyre Perry, not sure how much experience he has at half, he's moved in. And that's it, they're a little bit floaty, a little bit catch. Got to get it in front of the ball runner. Let him run onto the ball. And that's it. When you're flat like that as well, you saw that last pass in the piece was a double cutout, but your team hasn't gone forward. A double cutout's not going to gain you any advantage. Nonetheless, we're packing a scrum on the 22.
Fine.
As we see here, flat ball from the 10. Big triple cutout to no one. 14 was not even expecting it. Ball's in, and it's available at the back, and Arcs clear it, but it's tricky, goes backwards underneath the feet. Tartar recovers well. Now they've got a little bit of space and time to work it. Need to just get this one going forward.
Doesn't have the pace though.
Gets outside the 22, shrugging off 1, 2. He's bought himself enough time for a support runner though. Works his way almost up to halfway off a simple carry. Ball's available at the back, and now everyone's out there. All those forwards hadn't quite retired, but I think we're going to let them play on. Need to go forward here, Ark. Stop passing, just run forward.
Look at this line.
Beats one, shrugs into the second and takes the contact well. Pick and go.
He's holding on to that.
Penalty coming the way of Arks. Quick tap the call. No clear release was the penalty. Out wide opportunities once again here for Arks as they feed the ball wide once again. Through the 40, didn't need to throw the backdoor flick. He was fine to get on the ground, but nonetheless,
and he didn't have that support out wide either.
25 out, and numbers galore out to the left here for the Arks. They've got backline, then 2 forward pods set ready to go, but they're flat-footed. Now they need to move forward. Good ball, throwing it across. Blindside call again. It's a short side opportunity for the 22. Plenty of Curtin defenders coming across. I wish they could get that many to their own rucks, but they're getting them to the defensive ones. Pass just going behind the man again. Disallowing the forward ball. Toki gets to ground now. Backs are out. Little fake.
Sold that well.
Ben Tartar to ground.
Well, not quite well.
Turnover comes. No support over the top. Quick tap this time. Fulton, and he goes for the kick.
No need.
Didn't really need to do it.
No need.
And plenty of time at the back.
No chase from Curtin. Absolutely no chase.
Yeah, they've got a hooker and a wing, and they've bumbled it forward. Dives on it. And Curtin get away with one there, and they get the penalty once again. Probably a bit of a professional one there. No one back from marks. You don't really want them to quickly get on top of that and have advantage. So I don't actually mind giving away the penalty there. And Curtin in no hurry, but they're just going to jab this one inside the 22 and have a crack at the line.
Well, look, by all accounts, they shouldn't be here, though, should they?
No. Fulton kicked over the top. No chase coming.
You can't build a game plan by mistake. And that's both teams at the moment. It's just whether it be the drive towards the line or actually scoring, it's coming off the back of some terrible mistakes from the other side.
So Curtin enter the 22 for the first time this half. Full line out. Up at 1, bring it down, and then they pop across. Trick play. No, I don't mind that. They go for the second setup of the maul. Don't quite get the binding right, and it goes to ground. Forward moving ball. Centers are wrapping around.
A massive overlap.
Got to go the corner. Don't try to jig yourself out of it. Trying to go through the inside. Held up in the contest. Doesn't get held up for a maul. Does well to get to ground.
Just that change of footwork there, Nick, just closed that gap for Arks. They've almost lost that.
Could have used a bit of pace. Go the corner. Have a crack, son. Worst thing that happens, you get put into touch, and Arks are going to have a wobbly old kick into touch. You've got to line out in the 22 still. Now they line up through their big hooker. Short of the line. And an opportunity to give the pod ball out to the right. Dive towards the line. The big number 8. He's already scored 1, and he gets a second. Vuea Siavaya.
Wow.
Just falls over.
Yes. He said it again. He's got that ball. You knew exactly what he was going to do. I knew what he was going to do. How did Arks not know what he was going to do?
He thought they'd be defensive as well. He stopped and then he realised, but if I just fall over the line here, I actually get 5 points for that.
Yeah. So this game really is turning on a dime, depending on which way the wind's blowing. And as I just say that, the wind actually now has picked up. It is coming across
it's a gentle
the ground,
breeze at
just
best.
a gentle breeze. It's not going to affect play, but what it is going to do, it's going to change conditions out there for the players. It's not for rugby. If you're watching this at home, 28 degrees is the forecast, but out in the grass it's probably more like
it's probably pretty warm.
It's pretty warm, but this breeze, I can tell you I'm enjoying it, Nick, and I can tell you both camps will be enjoying it too.
I think a little bit of height, we're taking a bit of advantage up here in the box as well.
Yes.
A little bit of height, little extra wind.
And they've got that, so that's
24 apiece now, conversion successful. It's all tied up. But there's plenty of rugby left, eh?
We're going
to see some things.
Game. So if nothing, it's entertaining from the fact it's going to be close, we think.
Arks in a big line of 15 walking back towards halfway. They've got about 30 metres to go still. Once they get there, I'm sure some kickoff of a variety will take place. Bradley Jackman, the assistant referee, just boots that one nicely to halfway.
There's just a lackadaisy effort from everybody at the moment, including the ball boys. That's gone very deep.
It's a nice kick.
It's a great kick.
Forces the try scorer to have a run straight away. Beats one, beats two. No one wants to take his legs, boys. Take his legs. He's beaten 4, 5, taking on the 6 with a palm off. The 7th brings him down.
Well, I'd suggest he probably brought himself down there.
Yeah, I think he'd had enough. Big calls of offside, but the retreating players weren't too terrible. And now they're finding themselves forward off. Yeah, just losing it forward.
Leave it, boys, leave it.
Curtin have the numbers on the outside. There's a little bit of handbags, Dave. Keep an eye on that. I'll watch the play. Arcs, cut out ball over the handbags in the centre of the field. Opportunity for Toki.
Testing the strength of their jerseys at the moment, I think.
Yeah, now we've got an opportunity on the wing. Chip over, late hit.
That was a late hit. No.
Fulton sorry about it. At the back, play still continues. The handbags are still on. The late hit man is on the ground. The game's coming alive here now, Dave. Who wants to play rugby? That's the question. There's about 6 left that do. We've got another handbags here just from the last ruck. Opportunity now for Curtin because there's nobody defending. They're all involved in fights.
It's just gonna, oh my gosh.
Diving over the top. Chadwick kicks it through. We're inside the 22.
Home for us.
There's nobody there. Nobody wants to secure the ball. At least the first handbags is dealt with now. Inside the 22 and now hands in the ruck.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the ref has a chat here. Will he have a chat?
I think you got to stop the play here and let's just get everyone back on side. Yeah, you pull it up. It's all about selling what's about to happen. You got to say, boys, I've seen the late tackle. I've seen the handbags. There's nothing in both.
Happy, all right? He was not able to put.
Yeah, I'm happy here.
Yes.
And then from the sideline, are we happy with the handbags?
Now,
he's selling it as well as he can.
If this was going to a bunker type situation, you might be able to justify that was late. I don't think we have a replay on that, but for mine, technically it was late, but he was in the action of kicking.
Here's the late hit. Kicks over the top, and it's a good 3 or 4 paces, isn't it?
Pull down, please.
So,
not too much in it. But as you see on the reply here, just dicing through the field. I'd probably just go penalty, though, for the late hit. Yeah. There wasn't too much else in it. No. There's still a defender back. It wasn't last line. It's just bad.
There's the bit of a...
That was the second handbags. Toki just having a little press. Wasn't bad by Brendan Davies through here.
And even here, just the
diving over. Probably would have been better for Chadwick not to kick it and draw the penalty diving across.
If there ever was a couple of phases that really represent what this game has been like so far, that was probably it.
That's exactly what we'd expect at some point in this game, and we were served up an absolute delight of it.
So just for an update for those watching at home, the 22 for Arcs on the end of that late hit, he seems to have a hamstring issue. Or actually, it could be...
He was getting a lot of stretching done. It was either calf or hamstring. I can't say it's a joint.
I actually think it's calf now because he's got ice underneath his calf. So
I think he's been down for, 6 minutes now, though, since the hit?
He's been down for a while.
So maybe you're done for the day there, champ.
He's coming up now.
Coming up, and I'd assume he comes off.
What a late hit, sir.
No, he's coming off. No, he's staying on. Yeah. And he's very proppy. Gets a literal spray from his teammates on the bench too as he walks past to cool him down.
Rightio, time's back on. 24 apiece.
Hands in.
And we're going to go penalty for hands in the ruck.
After all that.
Tap and go inside the 22.
Oh, no.
I've seen it all today. This is what we came to see between Arcs and Curtin. They've passed the ball out wide. They've managed to go 10 metres forward.
That's great.
But they're tackled out wide. They're outside their 22, and they've got nothing but ball running to advance them forward now. Ball's available, no half there. You're going to have to give it. And they're going to go coast to coast again now. They move backwards 10 metres. They're on their 22 again, but they shrug off the first, and the diving tackle from Fulton slips off. Ball runner short side. Trying to get inside the big prop, and they beat the second.
That was well done by the 12 for Curtin.
Just a good angle.
Guys, we're offside.
Penalty advantage offside, so they can use the ball freely here now. They've got the overlap again. The J defense from Curtin is too shallow. Now they've got advantage over. Wide ball, one more through. Kick down, and they do so now. Bounce pops up nicely for Paeli. And they're going to draw a penalty here. No, hasn't made. He's kept his feet. Curtin secure the ball. Needed to do a little bit more to stay up the Arcs defender.
I think he actually...
He just surrendered himself.
Yeah.
So Curtin inside their own 22, but not quite too keen to get behind the ball here. There's no one that wants to run the ball. So it has to be a flat check ball, and the prop kicks for touch.
Well, it's all happening.
Nothing tells you more than there's no ball runners available, that after, out of desperation, the half says, listen, you're number one, you're the big prop, I'm going to give it to you. The long ball comes in off the quick line out, but the prop kicks it into touch. So the ball stays alive. Fulton misses his tackle. Now there's an opportunity out wide for the 22. Again. He's just going to jog this one in. So the quick line out makes it an easy try in the corner there for Arcs, because nobody from Curtin wanted to play rugby there.
No.
No ball runners, no line out chasers.
And it's the man with the bunk calf too for Arcs. And we've got this is going to be a big blow. We've got
the double try scorer.
The big unit for Curtin to come off with what appears to be either an ankle or
for AC Lavala.
An ankle or a calf.
I think he's realised out there. Well, he looks a bit frustrated coming off on the bench there, but he has actually done enough hard work out there this afternoon. Maybe he realised that I think I've done my job. It's now time for someone else to show a little bit of heart in this Curtin side. 29-24, kick to come.
You can see on your screen there, I don't know his number, but is he stretching? He's stretching.
It's Robbie Fulton.
Okay. So he's actually, but his game's actually been pretty good so far. Actually, he's one of the guys in Curtin that can hold their head high. A couple of good chases.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why he's the captain for Curtin, one of the main experienced campaigners.
I got a blood, guys.
Leading by example.
Guys, I got a black blood. Can you got me? Brad?
It's a kick to come.
Black 9, blood.
It's a hard kick, but it'd be a pretty handy two at this stage in the game. Getting yourself clear by 7 with 25 to go would be very nice. Oh, a little bit of foxing there. Don't know about that from the Curtin water boy.
Just got to go wide.
Don't know if we caught that on the camera there, but as you saw, the kicker was set, ready to go, about to start his process for the kicking, and the physio water boy from Curtin just walked between him and the tee. Once again, game awareness from everyone here in first grade rugby level needs to be higher. You can't be that oblivious to what's going on in the game of rugby.
And you're lucky you've got a referee that's...
Didn't we see a ban in water boys in AFL for a similar incident like that, getting in the way?
Well, you're the former referee, Nick. By all accounts, I mean, the referee can call him up for that, can't he not?
I might have awarded the kick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a professional foul.
Yeah.
You've got to ping someone for it. And it's like a penalty try. You've interfered with it.
Exactly.
You're the last line of defence.
Exactly.
Arcs out to the left. Numbers again. Rap was really nice.
Impressive.
Created the extra man. Darts inside to find a little bit of space. Doesn't get held. Can work an extra couple metres and bought some time. Arriving players come, and Arcs have a line of 12 out to the right.
There is a school out there. Oh, that's... Oh,
I mean, we mentioned it to Curtin in the first half to maybe play a little bit like
you were never onside.
Penalty, offside, yep, never retreated. We mentioned it to Curtin in the first half. Maybe they should play like Perth Bayswater, run Arcs off their feet. But now Arcs are playing like Perth Bayswater. Big forward pods on the coasts. Never would have expected it.
Well, the only reason I suggest, well, again, you've got a side that is younger, it's smaller, it's more youthful. So they've got the legs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're smart, which you assume the coaching staff at Arcs are, they can play the same game. If they move that ball, they're coming up against the side. We've got a replay here. Oh, look at that.
It was a good wrap.
Beautiful offload.
Created an extra bit of overlap out of nowhere. Would have been good to see him link up with that final man, but he kind of just overcommitted to his inside divvy line. We haven't seen a scrum in a while, so we see how the tired bodies are holding up front. And it's a good scrum.
Yes, one of the best.
8 picks off, gives to 9. Inside, no, it goes on the outside once again. Arcs have penetrated the line, but we're very close to another one if they can start getting the ball through their hands here. They pick blind instead and gives Curtin a chance to reset. Advantage comes. They expect a little bit of fancy play from one of the brothers at Arcs. They like to use their penalty advantages, and they've lost that one forward. Coming back penalty.
Knock on there, gents. Coming back here for a penalty. 25 was never
So once again, Curtin not retreating.
on the
Wouldn't
line.
mind seeing a scrum here from Arcs. Don't think they've got much in the line out. Tap and go is
Look at that
basically
tap
the
and go.
same option. They've got 2 pods set and ready, so at least they're organised. Second pod's out to the left here. They're 5 out from the line. And they go back door to the backs. Oh, good opportunity here to go
great.
straight with the second pod. Backs weren't ready for it.
It's like a can opener.
And all of a sudden, 34-24, 10-point advantage kick to come.
Here we see it here.
Yeah, the first pod runner was good, and you see number 1's 3-16, all set and ready to receive this second ball. But they go back door, and just there was big gaps out wide. A lot of nervous Curtin boys on the inside ready to stop the forwards.
Well, again, it's experience, isn't it? Those, as you mentioned, those pods there, they were sucked in, weren't they? The Curtin
Sucked.
defenders. So,
Took the candy instead of setting a line.
yeah.
34-24 kick to come. An advantage of 12 would be huge.
Especially in the context of this game. We've gone halfway into the second stanza.
Hey, but the first half, things changed pretty quickly in the second half of the first half. Not sure about my English there. Saying
that's-
first half of
I
the
was
second
about to say,
half.
the tries, they seem to be coming in pairs, don't they?
They do come in pairs.
So by all accounts, it should be Curtin scoring 2 here. Next up. Right behind this kick.
Nicely off the middle of the boot. And over the black dot, 36-24, extending the lead. Arcs now in a powerful position. Curtin just need to find somebody to lead this team into the end of this game. The injured number 8 on the sideline trying to rev him up.
Yeah, so just for those at home, it does appear to be an ankle. He's got, well, he shoved a big block of ice into his sock.
I mean, it's scientific enough.
I've never seen that done before.
Hey, Curtin
whatever
Uniphysios, they do
works.
know what they're doing.
Whatever works, go with it.
Decent kickoff once again. He's found his boot on the drop kick, the number 10 for Curtin.
It was a better chase too.
But Arcs ready to use the hands again, and they're finding the gaps
Another
very
massive
easily on the
overlap.
outside. Doing well to find support, slowing up. See, there's 5 from
Oh,
Curtin
that is
massing around the
terrible.
ball there.
Where's the talk?
Not going to roll here, just getting trapped too slow.
Got an advantage.
He did get stuck a little bit, but it's just you rendered yourself, and then a little dart on the inside. Penalty advantage, bouncing off 1, gaining an extra 5 metres. And now Arcs have the ball in hand, ready to
Yeah,
play.
okay, play it up.
Tata has to do a
Still
bit
got
of
the
work to
advantage,
get this
guys.
one off at the back. Still got advantage. Laurent takes the line on. Carlos feeds him on the blind side. And they're just rolling, getting metres at the moment. Curtin not able just to make a tackle go to ground. Darting on the inside. Good little run there by Black, who's straight through. The ball doesn't go to hand, though. The checkoff doesn't quite get the mustard.
Angle, mate.
Looks like the turnovers come. Curtin, unorganised. Don't need to be offloading inside your own 22. Just take the contacts, fellas. Blindside. 2-on-2 opportunity. They exit the 22. And start the drive forward now. A little more organisation from their forwards, and they find the backs now. They kick the possession away, but it's not the worst kick in the world. And Arcs are going to feed this across the back of Vaya.
Retire, Black. Retire.
Jabs this one. No one from Curtin. They've kicked the ball away, and they don't have any defensive structure set up. This one's going to pull up. And I think he's taken that one backwards.
He has taken it back.
Yeah, scrum down.
22.
No,
Knocked it back and grounded.
Yeah.
saying it
It
was
was
just
all over the
over the
top
line.
already.
He's saying 22.
22, guys.
Oh, it sounded like he
Over the
said
top
knocked
line.
it back.
Yep.
and
I
grounded.
think he's saying, but on his dive, the ball was already inside the in goal. And then he's like, on he's out of desperation, like hit it, then grounded it.
So maybe that
I'd say it was pretty close to taken back, though.
Yeah.
Maybe Foster just thinks he hasn't done enough running yet, so he wants a long drop kick here and another little bit of a sprint. Trains his Broncos hard. No, he's slow off the mark here, George Foster-Jones. And that one bobbles down into touch. We'll take a look at the replay here quickly. Ball was bobbling. It looked like it was going to pull up short there. I think it was just on the line. It hit the pad, which gives me the idea that it was already in goal before knocked backwards.
If it hits, you're the referee, if it hits the pad, it's in goal, is it not?
That's a different one. We can use it as a piece of the line. So maybe, if it's touched the pad, you can ground on it as a piece of line, but I'm not sure if in general play it counts as a piece.
Okay.
Jeez, I'd have to get out the book for that one. That's a good one. I'll be studying tonight. Forward pods are set in centre field here for Arcs once again.
Roll, Black, roll.
Slow ball blindside, but Curtin have no numbers out there at all. Got to have communication. It was a simple 3-on-1, and they're going to start running this one into the 22.
That was unnecessary.
Cover defense as always. Nicely done by Nick Chadwick, but I mean, it can't always be him sprinting from wherever he is in the field to cover their ass.
Again, now if they're up quickly, Arcs, no, the coverage is good from Curtin.
Yeah, they're happy to just trot across
Although
field.
he was never, ever going to make that tackle.
Matthew Stevens has no turn of foot on the outside and gets absolutely burnt.
And you can't blame him for that.
It's not really his job out there, is it?
And the ball carrier absolutely knew it. Well, I'm on here. Catch me if you can, which I know you can't, and off we go.
Was a good little first few steps. He just went slow as he approached him, just going, oh no, we'll get close to each other first.
And
But I haven't told you that there's 7 metres of space on the outside. I'll just take that when I'm close enough. As simple as you like tries like that. So 41-24, this game's opening up. Saw down the far side. The open side for Arcs was just simply put a gift.
I don't understand, that behind the back, there was no voice there. So
no call.
No calls. No one calling because there's no one there. So
here we go. You can talk us through this, though. Getting absolutely burnt on the outside, Matthew Stevens.
Here we go. So it is not exactly. So so he's just this. There was absolutely nothing he could do.
He thought for a second he was a chance as well. He locked eyes. He was going to meet him up. (41-24) kick to come.
They are dropping light flies at the moment, and the 4 coming off, which appears to be another ankle injury for Curtin. He's proppy on his left.
Yeah, Austin Connolly.
It's gone over.
43-24. Clock starting to narrow down a little bit on us now. We did have that long bit of time off at the start after the massive piece of play. There's probably still a good 15-odd minutes left in this one. And now Curtin looking a little bit like Arcs, meandering back to halfway. Set and ready now.
10.
Great kickoff, just makes its way to the 10, and it was really well brought down by Toki. Fanning out the back, similar game plan. We're just going to spread you guys a little bit wide off the first couple phases. Managing to get to ground nicely, Avaya. And Arcs just holding the ball through contact, not getting brought to ground off the first hits. I want to know how many first tackles they've been broken through today.
You'd have your job cut out as a stats man or woman today.
Big stats game as the line breaks.
Big fella goes straight through.
Up to the 22.
That's a drive.
Nice leg drive, and there's no one on the blind side here. Arcs surely are going to run this one in the corner, but they dish it into the ground. Lost forward, then grub it into touch by Curtin.
Black ball, knock on by Red.
Again, over that far side, there's a lot of white line rugby going on.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why.
All they needed to do was
all
just
they've gotta
draw
hold-
and pass,
just
draw and
hold the
pass.
ball,
But it
hold
was
the
a
ball as well,
desperation
yeah.
little no-looker.
from
It
here,
got dished
back
into
ball.
the ground.
Knock on by Red.
We see it here on the replay. It's a great dish and that big hit.
There's the mark on the fly.
Chadwick did well to try to stop the momentum there, the little number 9.
Look, that's what you got to do. Take the hit up. Because you know you got to beat a fella like that with pace, but you're not going to beat him with weight. So just get in front of him.
Grab.
Allow your defenders to come up and support.
Bind. Set.
Curtin swiftly hooked this one at the back, and the number 8's going to pick up. Works his way sharply, just 20 out from the line. There's a chance in the pocket now, which they go to, and they look
Hold
to the
forward,
line.
Back, hold. That's it. Well done, mate.
Has found touch,
They'll go quick here.
but no one chasing, and there's 4 across the back ready to race here for Arcs. They spin it again. Who's going to attack the line for Arcs?
Again, no tackles held.
The big 13,
Oh, no.
Tiamanu, just breaks the line again, finding his 19 on the
That was
outside.
better.
And there's another little injury for Curtin, not looking good. Fanning out across the back. It's a numbers game. They find themselves
there's a
nice and wide, and it could just be going
raffle.
heading into the corner now. You've got to just draw and pass and score. It's amazing to me that the later this game goes on, the more organised this Arcs outfit gets. They're spread out, they're set up across the line, they've got passes, they've got ball runners.
What
the team
surprises me, Nick, is I don't know if they got some magic juice sitting in the tent, but they were not. This was not the team in that first half. I spoke about the lack of run, lack of urgency from Curtin, especially in those first few minutes of that first half. Because Arcs looked slow, but they're now the team that they looked like the team that got the pace, got the spring in the step, which is quite a turn up for the books.
So 48-24 with a kick to come still.
And they're spreading that Curtin defence. We see the replay here.
Tamani just has a great little carry as he's had all day today. I mean, it's a good stiff arm. Got to give him that at least. But once there's a stiff arm, it just made it a 2-on-1 out wide. They were already behind the last line of defence, and it was all cover defence from Curtin. And then look at the organisation here. You got 1 ball runner, 2 ball runners, 3, cuts out the 4th, goes to the 5th.
On the back,
Then the
you know,
6th gives to the 7th, cut out to the 8th, and then the 9th out wide gets the try. Got 9 in a perfect line. It's hard to actually stop that for most teams. I mean, it wasn't going through the line that quickly. But if you're not organised and you're not getting up in the
They're
face.
spreading that line, aren't they? They're spreading that defensive line for Curtin. They're just not getting back.
Chance for the extra 2. He's just got the legs. But I think on the inside of the post again, stays 48-24. And entering probably what would be around the last 10 minutes of this game.
Just to remind all the viewers, next week we're going to be up north, Nick, at Joondalup.
Who they've got a lot of list changes this year. Even one young man in that side who's just been appointed vice captain. I was talking to him through the week, Ryan King. He's quite a utility player for them. Plays 7, 8, bit of 9 when needed as well. He's a good player. He's been there for a few years now, and he said they've got a lot of list changes, but they are confident. They've freed up a few players that were tying up a few positions at the club. They've got some new They've got a new number 10. Obviously, Kingy's in number 7. It's going to shape up to be a good game, that one for Joondalup, and it looks like they're going to be one of the teams talked about challenging for the top 4 at the end of the year. They need a few results to go their way, but I'm excited to be up at HBF next week. As Arcs make their way up a good leg drive to halfway, just need to get the ball free now. And a cross kick to no one, not talking to anyone, but we'll see if Curtin can be a little bit smarter in possession here. Only one person ready to blow over the top of the ruck.
Again, there's
not much talk going on out
here. There's no talk at all.
There's players in a rough assortment. As Grace, who's been a good ball runner all day, attacks the line. But all of these forwards flat on the blind side. No option to pass or draw. And the head just gets placed on the line of touch, and we're going to go for a line out.
He's just asking the question of the ref there. It's almost like, I mean, the tackle itself, he's allowed himself the angle he hit that opposing man was going to drag him toward the line any day of the week.
But it also comes with, because they were flat, Arcs were happy to go a two-man tackle because they go, well, you got no one to pass to.
Right.
There's no one I've got to worry about on the outside, so I'll help my man on the inside. We'll both tackle him, and we'll manipulate the body position wherever we want it. Arcs win this one. Hold it off the top, then pass it out the back. Crashing midfield. And a little bit of a messy ruck. Curtin have a counter ruck opportunity. Playing on the ground now, surely here. George Foster-Jones responds in turn. Tap and go, not on the mark.
You're going to take it off the mark. 2. Ball has to leave your hands, mate, okay?
Incorrect tap, actually. He was on the mark, but incorrect disposal.
You're offside there, guys.
Curtin, you think they've got to look to the line?
Line now.
Not a bad nudge. Probably going to be 15 out from the line.
If you were on the mark and you did that,
and if there was ever a time to get a try and maybe have a chance at a fairy tale, it's going to be right now.
You were off the mark.
They've got a few forwards out in the back line here.
Yeah, it's
expect Grace to crash this one up, number 7.
Your hands.
Only committed 4 the line out, Curtin. Or 3, I should say.
3.
Hold.
It's okay for Arcs, minimum 4. Well, you can have 4 as a minimum. You don't have to drop down to 3.
Lost. Well done.
Inside the 22, Curtin with ball in hand, and there's runners on the outside. Number 6 runs into a heavy line, Evan Burns.
Just draw it. That's all you need to do.
Just tire the defense out a little bit. They haven't had to make too many tackles consecutively. Gets on the inside, gains another metre, and the turnover's going to come here for Arcs. They're all over the ball. Lost.
Okay.
No.
7. Grace spins off the inside of the first.
Ruck now.
And now in a real opportunity to score. Not running onto the ball, though. They're just flat-footed, leaving it for someone else to make the play. Need to work as a cohesive unit to get over the line here. Curtin, feedback left. Grace, hands through to you, Burns.
Release!
Slow ball. They go blindside. Little show and go. Have to backtrack around. They've got to be short now. Penalty advantage coming.
Play on.
No, play on. Penalty, yeah. Or try.
No, try. They're down.
What Arcs were doing down there seemed like a pretty easy thing to defend. And once I saw the arm go out behind, I thought they were just going to kill the ball, accept the penalty. 29-48, kick to come. Any hope?
We've had a bit of time off, but not as much as the first half. You've probably got, at best, I'd say 6 minutes maybe to play. So what you need another
fair enough.
4 in a row.
Saved yourself a penalty. Well done.
Probably not.
Maybe not. Well, maybe they can get this one closer, get back towards bonus point territory.
We see it here.
Yeah, so I'll actually give them the dues they reserve on the try here. They get caught up. You see eventually the arm goes out from the referee. 7 Arcs, just came falling around the wrong side of the ruck. They pick and go and just dives at the line. No one defending actually at all.
And they've got that one. Try converted.
31-48.
Subs, yep, okay. Are they done, mate? Do I call up? Hang on, mate. We're just doing a sub. Okay.
Ready for a restart now. Arcs go long, really long. And driven into touch. The Curtin ball runner looked to be aggressive through the line and just got met by a wall. And Arcs are more than happy to dump him into touch. And it's going to be 23 out from the line. Arcs ball, line out. 5-man up at 1.
Hold.
Off the top to the hooker. Finds its way to the half and the back line eventually. Trying to spin through the first big ball runners from Arcs.
Yes, it's out.
Ball's out. A little bit of awareness coming around the side was good from Curtin, but the pops are good. The ball is free. Tata now. 15 out from the line. Curtin fishing for the ball. No good this time though. Slow ball. Half needs to go looking for it.
Well done.
Ball
Strange
comes out
option.
wide. 4 on 2 in favour of the defence, but the kick goes through.
22.
And 22 drop out. No one's getting back for Arcs. You got to have a crack here. Have a bit of fun.
Oh, he's
Take your time when you get there. Advantage lost forward. I mean, boy, oh boy, wowee. What an absolute mare of a possession there. Chadwick just rushing himself.
Yep. Okay, you've won it. Coming back here, no advantage.
Try not to be negative, Mick, but
Knock
just
on
as
first,
a
fly
young
black, no
developing
advantage to red.
side, they're the things that you can fix pretty easily. You can fix pretty easily because they're the stuff that saps you.
It's commitment.
It just saps you. I mean, the whole team dropped its head, and they're easy mistakes to fix. You just don't do them. I know it's a silly
Last
thing to
minute,
say. You just
gentlemen,
don't do them to begin with. There
There
was
we
no
go,
need
Mark.
to
Yeah,
rush
just
that.
on the 5.
But if you want to attack something like that and you want to go quickly, you see the defense is coming and you go, oh yeah, I don't have all the time in the world to do a little one to myself. Slow down as you're approaching and bomb it.
Yeah.
Do a big drop kick. You're still the guy chasing it. It's a foot race no matter which option you take. But there's a lot more percentage if you just slowed up and just gave yourself an opportunity to boot that one long.
Just got to see it.
Right.
Just dropped it there. That was the drop out.
Fine.
Rushing up towards the line. You see he's looking at the defense the whole time and not even looking when he has a crack there.
Yeah.
So back to live play.
Free kick for early engagement there. Arcs now have the tap and they find themselves in a similar position to 2 minutes ago. 15 out right in front of the sticks. And this time they got a much better overlap. And they're going to find themselves in the corner once again. It's the number 15 of Ray. He's been out there all afternoon, ball running and setting up other players. Gets a try for himself. 56-31.
Yep.
So with the kick to come from the sideline, looks like time's going to be expired after this one. Not a dominant win by Arcs. It's probably what we expected out here this afternoon, Curtin and Arcs. It's a big rivalry. Hard to get wins in this competition for teams like this. So they'll be happy. They certainly looked a little bit better in the second half, but where can we go to from here for Curtin?
Well, it's got nothing to do with on-field performance, but speaking to the club officials prior to game, they've got the infrastructure behind them. They have the infrastructure behind them. They've got the
University.
great backing.
That one just off the inside. No successful on the conversion there. So the final score, Curtin University 31, Arcs Rugby Union 51. As you say, yeah, they've got the backing to make something special out of this club. They've been rising through the grades. Curtin are going to have to bounce back and just give a little bit more of an effort at training. Organise yourselves.
Well, and they've got the backing, they've got the numbers, they've got the support. Even from understanding the culture at this club's pretty good as well. So they're a youthful club, but again, that fumble on that 22 sort of summed it up for me today. Those things are easy to fix. They really are easy to fix, but when they happen, they absolutely demoralise you as a squad. So it doesn't matter how many good phases you put together, how much of a good half you've had. If you keep doing those things, all players will drop their heads. But they're easy to fix. They've got the youth, they've got the exuberance, they've got the structure. So easy to fix, a little more commitment at training, and they're going to be up there. The future of this side is promising.
The future of this side will come through as well. They've got some good players in seconds and thirds that they're training up. Some faster guys, I'll say, in some of their lower grades as well. Once they've got the rugby knowledge, they'll be there. But after comedy of errors, they've gone down by 20, and Arcs are the victorious ones. Thank you all for joining us. We'll catch you next week.